It is time for Stugotz to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy Stu.
Weekend observations brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories, available for delivery. Dan, he is always waiting in the wings with a clipboard in his hands. Pressed into action after an injury for his first start since Week 18 of the 2021 season, he reminded you why you pay him to do what it is he does. Only one touchdown with a pick six thrown in there, but snatched victory away from the jaws of a tie, keeping his team squarely in the mix. And Dan, just like that, make no mistake about it, Case Keenum is back. What a year.
How about the Titans going up 13-0? Chris Cody, that Titans loss is going to stay with you.
Yeah.
It was still lingering around that game yesterday.
Yes, it is.
Good loss, though, according to OJ. Big 106 postgame show. John Collins lives on the trade block. Also, I thought he was still with the Hawks. Death, taxes, and Taj Gibson and Tom Thibodeau reuniting.
It's unbelievable.
They're always together.
It's unbelievable.
Fibs.
How is Taj Gibson a Knick? How old is Taj Gibson?
No idea. What do you mean, how is he a Knick? Where Tom Thibodeau goes, Taj Gibson goes.
How is he still in the league? How is Thibodeau still saying I could get nine minutes out of that?
I don't know. When you send mail to John Collins, the address you use is the trade block. The Dodgers are trading for Tyler Glasnow from the Rays. You know what that means, Dano?
I don't.
The rich get richer.
Oh, Billy, did you see this? Passan put this out. The Dodgers have spent $717 million in free agency. The Marlins have spent $0. It's early.
It's still early. Give them time.
You have the Marlins spending,
You never know.
and the Dodgers stop spending.
700. That's not even the Glasnow extension. They just took Tampa's ace.
You got to wait for the right deal.
Just get
you
the
know
lay
what
of the
I mean?
land.
Exactly right. You got just moments ago, we were talking about Mostert and how the Dolphins didn't bite on Dalvin Cook. Well, maybe.
Alabama hires former Michigan linebacker coach George.
Maybe what, Billy?
Sorry.
Sorry. No, I'm
No, I
sorry.
got in the way of your conversation. I
I'm
feel
sorry.
bad. Apologies.
We'll get to that later.
Where was I?
Apologies.
Alabama hires former Michigan linebacker coach George Hello ahead of Rose Bowl matchup. Little thing I like to call gamesmanship, Dan. Hello from the other sideline. Dead and company are reportedly in talks to reunite for a residency at the Sphere in Las Vegas in 2024. Viva Las Stugotz. Witty, put it on the calendar. I invited Dan to come with me. I told him we'd take shrooms, we'd figure out the world together. You in?
No.
What do you mean, no? Shrooms.
Yeah, you mentioned
The
that.
Sphere.
Yes.
Dead and Company.
You mentioned
You like John Mayer?
I have not ever used mushrooms.
I thought you went to their last show ever.
I thought I did.
I thought John Mayer was done. What happened to John Mayer been done?
He's back. After his European tour. This is summer 2024. The Detroit Pistons haven't won a game since October 28th. 23 straight losses. For context, when the Pistons last won, the World Series was still going on. For more context, when the Pistons last won, Colorado football had a winning record. How about that?
It was a long time ago.
Yep. North Carolina, Kentucky, Battle of Blue Bloods. Miami and LaSalle, Battle of Blue Bloods. You're welcome. Purdue.
Who are you? What are you doing?
Oh, Mike wanted, he thinks Miami's a blue blood, and he's right. Purdue, blah, blah, blah. Also, do it in March. Ohio, winning with their third-string quarterback and third-string running back in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Next man up.
How bad is FSU going to be against Georgia because of all of the people in the portal? Like what's the spread in that game going to grow to when people aren't playing in that bowl game?
I think it's 14, but Georgia's got a lot of portal players
Yeah.
right now too. But I have Georgia. A lot of confidence points. Sorry, FSU.
Jake Browning being cut by the Vikings. Jake Browning beating the Vikings. A little thing I like to call a revenge game. Jake Browning screaming on the sideline, they should have never cut me. You know what he played with, Dan?
I do not.
He played with a chip on his shoulder.
Oh.
How'd you not know that?
Well, I was thinking he
Right.
played with fire. I got caught in the cliche. My bad. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Apologies?
Apologies. Yes.
There you go. If you just listened to how much people talk about Tommy DeVito, you would have no idea the Giants were 5-9. You know what the T and D stands for in Tommy DeVito?
Oh no.
Not touchdowns. Dan, you know what the Cowboys had for dessert yesterday?
Humble pie.
Yeah, wow. You're back on your game. I'm proud of you.
It really doesn't deserve a wow.
It does.
No.
That was a good guess.
No.
It could have been a number of things.
Not really. It could have only
Just
been
humble pie.
It's when I get them right. It's not because you've left so many options on the table. You saw how I got tripped up by playing with fire instead of
I
a
did.
chip on the shoulder.
I stand corrected.
Yes.
Apology.
When there's only one, I can get it.
Somebody should tell Arthur Smith that he has Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Bijan Robinson.
Oh no, go to hell, Falcons. Just go to hell.
Well, they're still in it.
Take the entire division with you.
Joe Flacco did what Joe Flacco does. Joe Cool.
Except for Baker. Baker can stay.
Perfect passer rating.
Baker can stay.
Man.
Comeback player of the year. DeMar Hamlin's still that one tackle. So
Right.
do what you will.
Not only did Dak Prescott lose the game, he lost the MVP.
Oh, check down Dak. Jesus. Did we didn't have it that way, right? We didn't have it that way. Dallas overwhelming at home. We didn't have it. You can't get the ball down the field. You're going to check down everything. Was it like 3.9 yards per pass? Is that what he did?
Yep.
That offense.
Humble pie.
Josh Allen only had 94 passing yards
Yeah.
yesterday, too. Like, yesterday
They
was a
ran the ball
passing
well,
day. Yeah.
yes.
Well, I mean, 174 yards or whatever.
Well,
rushing,
Josh
yeah.
Allen also ran the ball well. He's very hard to tackle.
You know, James Cook didn't get the game ball.
Who did?
I think Josh Allen.
No
got
way.
it. Yeah.
For handing it off to James Cook? Baker Mayfield, 381 yards, 4 touchdowns in a big win over Green Bay. You know what he has, Dan?
Cojones?
The goods.
Oh.
Mike's going to be right.
You're struggling today, Dan.
Jimmy Graham will be catching red zone touchdowns for the rest of eternity. If you were wondering where Sam Darnold was, he's in San Francisco playing backup quarterback for the 49ers.
They're going to score 35 on everybody, right? Like, that's just where we are with that team. If they're healthy, it's 35
if
on
they're
everybody.
healthy. Yes. I love bowl week.
That's it.
That's all I got.
Who do you have today?
Who's playing?
We got a 1 o'clock game on a Monday.
I
Right?
took Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers.
I
Yeah.
have them too.
Who's playing?
Old
How many
Dominion.
bets are you making?
A
that
lot.
that
It's bowl season,
It's the
Dan.
famous Toastery Bowl, Dan.
He's actually 5-1 in his bowl picks
Thank
so
you.
far.
Yeah.
He's never seen any of these teams
Mm-hmm.
very clearly when he
You're-
describes his picks, but
Your entire life is bowl season.
I had 2 people speaking in my ear at one time. Problem.
Apologies.
Mine was on air.
He's becoming your father. He is. It's happening slowly. You saw
Fortunately
it, you saw
for
it at
me-
the end of last segment.
Every week is bowl week. Anyone else alarmed by the amount of planes almost hitting other planes?
I just said that.
In my ear, though. About the planes? Apologies. Great effort by the Dolphin defense. You don't just do that against the reigning offensive player of the week in the AFC. Last week, Dallas was the best team in the NFL. This week, they are not. The last thing you want to see in January is Josh Allen strolling into your stadium. You don't want to see it, Dan.
Do you guys think that Philadelphia, it must be, right? Philadelphia looks at what's at the top of the sport in Baltimore and San Francisco and says, we're up there with those 2 teams, correct? Even though
Yes.
San Francisco, like the rest of us, though, are a pretty good place understanding. Philadelphia won a lot of one-score games. Hurts is now hurt, and it seems like Baltimore and San Francisco they're better than everyone
he's
else.
sick, I think. Not hurt, right?
Well, he's both. The 700 Club.
Do you trust anyone but the 49ers this season?
I don't trust the 49ers.
You don't trust the Ravens, huh?
No.
We've been there before.
The
Dan?
Ingram
Oh, sorry. You haven't lived
Apologies.
until you have $500 on the University of Ohio at 11 a.m. on a Saturday morning in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. The Bobcats. It's too much to have on that game. But I won. Brock Purdy, do it in the playoffs. What a time to be a backup quarterback. The first time they got inside the 50-yard line was in the third quarter. I hate them. Jared Goff, bounce back game. 12 3-pointers, 47 points. You know what the K in Keegan Murray stands for, Dan?
I do not.
Caught fire.
How would I have gotten that one?
I don't know. Cooper Flagg, the number one recruit in the class of 2024 from Newport, Maine, might have the best nickname in all of sports. You ready for it?
I am.
The main event.
Saw all these people tweeting about Keegan Murray, and I thought Liv got another golfer.
Main event, you get it? It's from Maine.
Yes, I didn't think it was the greatest nickname in sports.
Jimmy Butler, called game. Jimmy Buckets. Also, do it in the IST. Dan, you know what the I in Indiana stands for?
I do not.
Isn't a blue blood anymore. Jacoby Brissett is a commander. Keegan Murray scored how much? The Titans did what the Titans do. Tommy DeVito.
What does that mean?
They did what they do. They won a game against the Dolphins. They shouldn't have won. They lost a game. They shouldn't have lost. 13 consecutive years without making the playoffs. I hate them. Dallas Cowboys, do it on the road. Dolphins, do it against a good team. Here come the Panthers. Whatever inefficiencies
Come on.
Josh Allen has.
Come
Wait,
on.
which Panthers?
Come on.
The
Neither
Florida
of us-
Panthers.
No,
Oh, there
the
you go.
Florida
That-
Panthers
rightful.
got shut out twice
They beat the Oilers.
for the first time in 12
Yeah,
years.
they beat the Oilers after.
Whatever inefficiencies Josh Allen may have, he makes up for them with guts. If you think Joe Flacco is going to sweat walking into your stadium for a playoff game in January, you are mistaken.
That is correct.
Congratulations to the Jets for being the first team in NFL history to reach 500 good losses. Ty Chandler rushing for 132 yards is proof you should never pay a running back. Also, who the hell is Ty Chandler? Speaking of hell, Art Briles. Dan, those are the weekend observations.